Thank you for clicking once again. I appreciate that you're back on the channel. My name is William Luima. This channel is about business and any other socio-economic issues that are happening in Uganda. Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Right now we are located in Chiwatule. Chiwatule is a recreational place, so we decided to swing by so that we see what's going on just a few days after the lockdown here in Kampala, Uganda. Today's conversation is going to be about real estate in Uganda. It's going to be about property. And with me, I have a well-seasoned individual. He has 10 years experience in real estate. He's done it all. He's dealt with some of the biggest property moguls in the country. He knows what they are looking for. He understands their fears and their concerns. This gentleman is called Robert Kirya. Robert, you're welcome.
Thank you, William.
Yes.
Viewers,
Yep.
I'm glad to be here this morning to share my experience, to share my perspectives about this industry. Thank you.
Yes, Robert. One of our first questions is going to be about the current real estate market. Could you please paint for us a picture what the situation was before COVID-19 and what it is currently?
Thank you, viewers. Right now we are seeing real estate re-emerging as one of the major contributors to the economy. Real estate, like any other business, was slightly affected and hampered by the lockdown because all businesses have linkages with each other. For example, the transport industry and everything else works hand in hand. But we are seeing property and we are seeing real estate re-emerging as one of the significant contributors to GDP. We are seeing that the future is bright, and we are seeing that the sky is the limit. Opportunities are beginning to be available. Properties are back on the market, and right now there's never been a better time to buy than right now. Right now is a buyer's market because sellers are looking for all the cash they can find. There's never been a better time to get into the market than right now.
Okay. Thank you very much. So now that you said sellers are interested in it's a good time to do the selling
Yes.
of property. But then aren't majority of Ugandans cash strapped, as in they're coming from the lockdown and they do not seem to have the money to do the purchases?
Well, you can look at it this way, that when you're a buyer, you can push for better terms. You can get a better price, you can pay slower, and you can pay in installments. Right now, you can get better terms than you could get before the lockdown because right now people have to deal with mortgages, to deal with loans. They are cash strapped. So right now is a buyer's market. It is more of a buyer's market than a seller's market because the buyer can push for terms that would not be ordinarily possible. You can get more flexible payment terms, you can get a better price. So it's a better time for a buyer to come in, even though there is less cash, but you can pay in a slower process. You can pay with better terms.
Okay. Thank you very much, Robert. We have another set of questions here for you. I needed to pick your thoughts on the kinds of investments that Ugandans should consider. We have Ugandans in the diaspora. I've been approached by a couple of them, and they're interested in doing business back here in Uganda. What are those investments that you think Ugandans in the diaspora should have a keen eye on?
Business in itself is an ocean, and but the crucial thing when you are thinking about business is the management perspectives. When you are living thousands of miles away, you need to do a business that will both be profitable but will be secure in the long run. So in my perspective, I have narrowed down to a few businesses that I believe will be very comfortable for diaspora. And that is where land comes in, that is where housing comes in, that is where agriculture comes in. Those three stand out because you can manage remotely. You can manage without a lot of resources. You can manage without a lot of intricate things. So amongst all businesses, those three are mostly recommended for people who are in diaspora because you don't have proximity to many things. Thank you.
Okay, you've mentioned land, housing,
And
and
agriculture.
agriculture. Okay, so I think you've said that there wouldn't be very many intricate issues that one should be fearful of. However, if somebody is in the diaspora, they would still need somebody to support the process, the management of what is already existing, whatever they've put in place. Then how do they get to choose an individual that is going to support their investment in their absentia?
Well, credibility is something that comes from very many things. It comes with the relationship, it comes with the experience of a person, it comes with the referrals that come with that person. So it's a build-up process, and it's something you need to invest in over time. But there are a lot of credible people, there are credible companies you can work with, and you can achieve your goals real estate-wise. It is very possible, even when you are not living in Uganda.
Okay. Is property management one of the things that, is it one of your strengths, you as Robert? Or you probably have other individuals that you work with, or other companies that, or agencies that you'd advise our viewers to consider?
As a realtor, I have some companies over 10 years interaction with them and doing business with them, which I would recommend can manage a property. Because management of a property is, you are looking at many years down the road. You are looking at things like, is the property going to be in good condition? Are you going to be getting revenue from it? Are you going to be remitting taxes in time? So you need to build a relationship with a manager for that case. But acquiring a property is definitely a different thing. That is something that you may need to invest resources, but not too much time in it. On that side, I can come in very handy. On the management part, I would recommend some people I partner with who can manage a property over a long time.
Okay. Thank you, Robert. For those that are watching, please consider subscribing to this channel if you're interested in knowing about real estate business in Uganda, or if you want to hear more information in regards to the business opportunities that you could do in Uganda. This is the channel where some of these things shall be discussed. Feel free to leave any information in the comment section so that if it's a question, I'll proudly respond to it and probably invite an expert in the industry to respond to it. Yes, Robert. Now, moving on, there's a gentleman who asked the locations or districts that you would recommend for doing real estate. What are those locations that you think are probably best for agriculture or housing? What are those locations that you think people should look out for? Because I think agriculture is Uganda's food basket, like we've been told over the years, and we know it's true. So if it is in terms of agriculture, where would you recommend people to buy land?
If I'm to take agriculture as a segment, one of the things that you need to take into consideration is proximity to a market and the accessibility of a place. Right now, the biggest markets are in the urban areas, and also we would consider that Uganda being a food basket of the region and being land linked, you would consider also neighboring countries. So if you are going to look at places where you are going to do farming, you are going to look at areas that are near highly urbanized areas: Kampala, Entebbe, Jinja, Mbarara, and Gulu. All you are going to look at border districts that are near neighboring Congo, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Sudan, being that Uganda supplies a big portion of the food that is eaten in those countries. Thank you.
Yes, Robert. Yes, once again, we appreciate your input. one of the questions that I have here from one of our viewers is where should investors or returnees from the diaspora consider settling?
Investors from diaspora need to consider some locations for various reasons, because you are going to be looking at how quickly you are to settle in. You are going to look at facilities such as amenities. You need to have a place which is connected to the power grid. You need to have a place which has running water. You need to have a place with good internet connectivity. You need to have a place with a good transport network. How do you get to that place? So diaspora, you need to consider some specific places because you are going to be settling in. And these are places that would be in Entebbe, all the greater Entebbe area. These are places around Kampala. These are places around Mukono, and places in the Gayaza area. Those are basically the best places for the returnees to settle in.
Okay. Yes, once again about the question regarding returnees from the diaspora. Lately there's a big conversation about people, the blacks, Africans, especially African Americans or people of the African descent that are living in the diaspora. Many of them, there's this conversation going around on social media and YouTube as a platform, and many of them are considering coming back to their roots. Do you think probably this is the best time with everything that is happening in the world right now? We know that probably we are most likely to have an economic, we might have some challenges economically because of the coronavirus pandemic and everything. Do you think Africa is one of those places that people should consider moving to?
Africa should be greatly considered because Africa presents opportunity in terms of its people, the population. It presents in terms of the virgin economy that many sectors have not yet been invested in, and so it will be very competitive for someone to invest in them. Africa has good climate, Africa has good soils, Africa has a chance for someone to begin to start all over, to build something. So Africa is definitely the next horizon for entrepreneurs.
Do you think, what do you think about the mindset that individuals should have when they're returning to Africa? Should it be one where they are looking for jobs, or should they have the mindset of creating jobs or opportunities?
Africa, with its range of factors, is a place where you can create opportunities, you can build. So the mindset someone should approach Africa is for you to start something, to connect with the people, to use the human resource that is in Africa to build something.
Which is affordable.
Which is affordable, which is workable, and you can, right now with internet, opportunities are vast. You can connect with the world, you can build something, you can use the advantages you have with Africa and connect with the world. And link up with markets.
Actually, you mentioned internet. We have so many, there are a couple of people who think that Africa probably is the dark continent like we studied in history, but we actually have very good internet connections. The internet is present.
Yes, yes.
The power grid is present. Of course, there are places where it's still lacking. The costs of internet, they're still up there. It's really expensive. We are yet to see them go down. However, we have companies that have there are those special days where you can have more affordable internet packages so that they could take you through the weekend. So we have a way of dealing with some of these circumstances, some of these hardships.
Yes.
So we are not entirely a dark continent like it used to be back then. So we encourage any people, any individuals that would really want to learn more about Africa, please plug into some of these conversations that we have, and we will obviously share the best that we have. And if you intend to move back to Africa, to Uganda, be rest assured that you'll have the resources that you need, and they are very, very affordable. You have the resources that you need, so that
and the right partnerships.
And the right partnerships. That is very true. And the labor, could you please share some light on labor? Do you think it's affordable, or probably could share in terms of skills. Do they have the right skills or affordability?
Right now, Africa actually has the right people to employ, and in terms where in situations where there are gaps, these are people who are easily trainable. These are people who are resourced. These are people who are motivated to work. They are ready to go. They are ready to take off. So you can build something. You can build something phenomenal with the people who are there. Africa has a very, very good sample of human resource and skills.
Okay. For those that have just hopped in onto this video, this channel is about socio-economic issues in Uganda, and currently, right now in this video, we are discussing the real estate opportunities in Uganda, and I'm with Robert Kirya, who has 10 years experience in this market. Robert, the question here from one of our people is, what types of real estate opportunities do we have in Uganda, and how should one partner, and who should one partner with? Maybe, are there different types of real estate? Because many of us look at it as a general thing. Could you probably enlighten us on what real estate is, the different categories they are in?
Real estate is really a big component. It's a big formation, but real estate can be broken down into maybe 2 or 3 things. Real estate can be a physical space. It can be land. It can be a building. It is any space that a person can utilize somewhere and do some physical activity within it. So under that, you can have land, you can have a house or a physical building, you can have a space, which can be a commercial space like a shop. You can have a lot, an empty space where somebody can pitch a tent and do something in it. It can be a forest, it can be an island, it can be a lake. So it is anything natural and physical that you can do something with. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that response. Robert, where can somebody find you if somebody wants to work with you? How should somebody get in touch with you? Are you on Twitter, Facebook? Or how best can somebody get back to you?
My contacts will be available to you by Mr. William Luima.
Yeah.
I'm available. I'm based in Ntinda, Uganda, but Mr. William Luima can link me to you. Every information that you would like to hear from, you can get to us through this channel. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll surely leave his details, his email, and any other contacts in the description of this video, so that you can get back to him. Yeah, we're still proceeding with just probably 1 or 2 more questions. Yes, Robert, I wanted to find out about Uganda's tourism industry. Have you are there individuals that are so interested in Uganda's tourism industry, especially individuals in the diaspora? Are there individuals that come through and probably they think that Uganda is well endowed and tourism is the thing they should go for?
Tourism is a major contributor to the economy of Uganda. And right now, I don't believe that Uganda has exploited a significant percentage of it. There is still big opportunity. There is still a lot that can be done. And with tourism, the sky is the limit. The only challenge is that it has been hampered by the effects of COVID on the travel industry. But when travel opens up, there is a lot, and Uganda is considered as one of the best places to visit. So there is a lot in tourism in terms of what you can offer tourists. there is a lot in terms of what you can build. There's a lot you can build in the hospitality industry and reap significantly from tourism. You can give people pleasure and you can earn a lot from that. You can give people that much needed rest and that much needed trip and still earn very handsomely and very profitably.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Robert. It's been a pleasure to have you here. For those that would prefer to listen to this in terms of audio, we are also on Anchor. You can find this podcast on Anchor. I'll leave the link to the podcast in the description so that you can listen in at your own leisure. For those that haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel if you need to hear more of information, more of business related information in Uganda. Thank you for watching. That's about it for this episode, for this segment. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.